Welcome, beautiful Paris Saint-Germain family. I was scrolling on Twitter and I found this athletic report. 100 most exciting best players going into this World Cup. And let's see what we think of this ranking, going through players quickly because it's 100 players. Let's not go into too much detail. First up is Kubo. I think he's going to come in as the main man with Japan into this World Cup. So he's definitely, a shout going into this World Cup, definitely. Japan, always a cheeky nation at the World Cup. Matheus Cunha, Brazil. I mean, let's see what other players are here, bro. I can think of 100 players that should be here ahead of Cunha, but he could potentially be an interesting shout. It still depends on how they're going to start, but I don't see Cunha starting with all of these Brazilian attacks ahead of him. So this feels a bit like Premier League PR. Oh, this is a very good performing player for Premier League. Oh, he's probably exciting going into the World Cup. Not the most. Next up is Mitoma, another player for Japan, obviously. Mitoma, Kubo, going into the World Cup. Japan, cheeky nation. We get that. We move. Gilberto Mora, Mexico. This is a very good one. He was obviously the man of the match, player of the tournament in the Gold Cup, where Mexico beat America in the final. He's one of my... I want to look into him, especially if he's going to start games. Only 17 years of age, could potentially be a little bit higher on this list. Dean Huijsen, Spain, definitely starter for Spain, one of the favorites going into the World Cup, and he's basically going to replace Laporte. Laporte we saw at the Euros next to Lenormand, now it's going to be Dean Huijsen next to Lenormand, so I do agree with that. Pavlovic, Germany, yeah. He's going to be starter for Germany this time instead of Andrich, who was a starter at the Euros. It's going to be very interesting with his lack of experience, if the pressure affects him or if he cooks the pressure. Next up is Hugo Ekitike for France. Again, Premier League bias. This is the issue I have with this athletic and everything. They live in their own world where the Premier League is everything. Ekitike is not going to be a starter for France. How is he one of the most 100 exciting players going into this World Cup? I don't get that. Rodrigo for Brazil. I think it's exciting in the terms of how bad he's been and how lack of minutes he's playing at Madrid so far and how he's going to translate that into Brazil. Is he going to be completely stinky with Brazil just as he's been with Madrid, not scoring for 30 goals? Or is he going to cook? I mean, he's looked better every single time he wears the Brazil jersey in recent time than when he plays for Madrid. So, yeah, Rodrigo, big World Cup going in for him and Vinicius Jr. Estevao, Brazil, should be higher. I don't think there are 91 more exciting players going into this World Cup. You can even use your Premier League PR here. But yeah, Estevao definitely looking forward to how he can potentially lead this Brazil team. Saw him take the penalty when Vinicius was on the pitch. I think in his last 6 games for Brazil, he has 4 man of the matches, 5 goals and something. He's been absolutely cooking it for Chelsea and for Brazil. More for Brazil. Very excited to see the new Neymar, the Brazilian heir Neymar at the World Cup. Nicholas Jackson. Very cheeky shout. Senegal obviously going through a little bit of a transition from their recent Senegal team that was dominating football as a Senegalese team from 2017 all the way until 2022. So yeah, let's see what Jackson can do. I genuinely don't know how good he's been with the World Cup national team, but let's see. Next up is what? Ter Stegen is not going to get a single minute, man. Nagelsmann would rather play the third keeper. I don't know, Kevin Trapp at Paris FC or Baumann at Hoffenheim or something. Ter Stegen's not going to get a minute. He's been injured this season. What? Pau Kubarsi, 18. Again, Kubarsi is not going to be starting any games. Camavinga. I think Camavinga, first of all, needs to get back his starting spot in France. But overall, I think Camavinga it's exciting to follow him this season, both with Madrid now under Xabi Alonso. Last season, he was poor. I think this season he will be better, obviously. And then potentially getting a starting spot for that France national team, which is one of the favorites. Valid one here with Camavinga. Zubimendi should be a starter with Rodri being washed. It's going to be really interesting. We obviously saw him in the Euros final versus England coming out when Rodri got injured, but now we're going to see him for an entire tournament. So again, valid one right here. Khusanov was Uzbekistan. I mean, he's the face of the Uzbekistan team. We've just made their first World Cup. It's going to be interesting how much a centre-back can lead this team. Usually for these smaller teams, you have one great attacker trying to lead a smaller team. Now it's a very good centre-back trying to lead the team with his leadership. It's going to be interesting. Rafael Leao for Portugal. This is a good one. Is he going to be even a starter for Portugal is the interesting question. And that's not because of his talent. It's because of his performances. But AC Milan, ever since Allegri come in, have looked very good. So maybe Leao can start picking up form and, looking really good into that World Cup. Because we saw Portugal at the Nations League looked really great. If you can add informed Leao to that team, easily #1 favorites. Next up is Xavi Simons for Netherlands. He had a very good Euros with the Netherlands. Has been piss poor for Leipzig and and Spurs and everything ever since then. So it's going to be really interesting if he's still going to be a starter for Netherlands and how good he's going to be. Next up is Brahim Diaz with Morocco. He was obviously not a Moroccan. He was a Spanish at the 22 World Cup. Didn't make the squad and so on. But he's going to be another strength they can add to that Moroccan team and see how far Morocco can go. Osman Diamonde, Ivory Coast. Yeah, fair play to him. Semenyo Ghana. Ooh, he's Ghanaian. Okay, didn't know that. Yeah, it's going to be interesting how he can lead this Ghana team alongside Kudus as well. Wow. Okay, Ghana look a bit cheeky then. Reindeers, starter for Netherlands. See what he can do. Tonali, Italy. That's if Italy make the World Cup. Yeah, I mean, he's one of the leading players. I would rather put Barella here. Let's see if they put Barella on this list. But obviously. Marmoush for Egypt. Obviously, alongside Salah, can they do something with this Egyptian national team? You got Dani Olmo with Spain being a starter. Can he replicate his Euro campaign, even though he's been struggling with Barca? Gavi. What's Gavi doing here? Gavi's been shit. Obviously, mostly because he came back from the ACL, not in a good way. And even when he's in some cheeky form, he's not a starter at Barca. He's definitely not going to be a starter for Spain. So, if he's fit, the partnership he has with Pedro for club and country is George to watch. And hope we see in a flow state summer. Do they not know who Fabian Ruiz is? Let's actually see where they've put the PSG players, because I'm seeing a lot of delusion here and casualness. That's the issue with these athletic reports. Like, I'm a YouTuber. PSG YouTuber, football YouTuber. I put time and energy into following football so that when I talk, when I open my mouth about football, I know what I'm saying. This athletic, they've made an entire report and half of the stuff is like Kubarsi and Gavi. What's this Barca PR? Like, they're not even starters. Marcus Thuram, another one. He's not going to... You know what? Thuram, just because of Deschamps, could potentially have an impact for Raw. But looking at the talent France have in attack going into the World Cup, don't see Thuram starting. Kai Havertz, Germany, could be interesting. He was interesting at the Euros for Germany. It should be interesting here. Obviously, we haven't seen him so far this season. He's been injured, I think. But yeah, cheeky one. Tchouaméni for France. Yeah, it's going to be another big World Cup year for Tchouaméni. He was really good in the 22 World Cup. And let's see what he's going to do now. For France, one of the favorites, Nico Williams, Spain, is going to be huge for him. Recently made his move to Bilbao. Basically, he had the attention after the Euros, stayed at Bilbao, and then stayed at Bilbao again. Basically pushing away the tension. The tension is going to be him once again at this World Cup. So it's going to be interesting what Nico Williams will do at this upcoming World Cup. Mohamed Kudus, mentioned him before. It's going to be interesting what him and Semenyo can do with this Ghanaian national team. Phil Foden, is he going to be a starter? Is he not? We'll have to wait and see. But definitely heavy pressure and expectation for Foden going into this national team. Next up is Cole Palmer. Very excited to watch Cole Palmer. He's a big game player, turns up for the big occasions, and I think if there's anyone that can lead this England team, especially when they need it, it's Cole Palmer. It's not Harry Kane, it's not Saka, it's not Bellingham, it's not Foden, it's Cole Palmer. More than 69 positions, I think he deserves. Scott McTominay, best Serie A player, leader, captain for the Scottish national team. Let's see the role that he can have and take Scotland as far as possible. Bradley Barcola, again, Bradley Barcola has started a lot of games for France, so that's a little bit calmer. I think Bradley Barcola, if he's going to be a starter, that's the first question. If he starts, let's hope for the absolute best performances from Bradley Barcola. And even if he doesn't start, he'll be really interesting coming off the bench as well. Desiree Doué, 66th place. Who is making these lists, man? How is Doué only 66th place? But I'm very excited. You know, I think of Doué, so many similarities to Mbappe. Young Mbappe had that World Cup. Will Desiree Doué have that World Cup? Obviously, the first thing now, I just want Doué back to start cooking. But Doué is one of my players I'm so excited to watch at the upcoming World Cup. And hopefully he's a certified starter for France. Emiliano Martinez, Argentina. Yeah, as I mentioned in another video, Emiliano Martinez and Lautaro Martinez were Argentina's best player during the Copa America recent one. It's going to be huge what Emiliano Martinez can do, even though his level, club level, has dropped off so much in recent time. Riyad Mahrez, Algeria. As an Algerian, yes and no. I mean, Mahrez still got quality in his game, but I don't even think he should be a starter for Algeria anymore because, I mean, he's just not on that level. Cannot run, cannot press, doesn't have the same intensity as he used to have and so on. But I guess they wanted to pick someone from Algeria. I would have went with Ibrahim Maza or Amora instead. But obviously, these are casuals. Nicola Barella, all right, he's higher than Tonali. I think Barella, his club career has gone down a little bit ever since extending at Inter. It's going to be interesting if Italy make the World Cup, what Barella can do with them. Mike Mignon, it's actually a huge World Cup for him because with Paris Saint-Germain signing Chevalier, as soon as Chevalier starts upping his performances, he is going to become the starting goalkeeper for France. The only way Mike Mignon can keep it is if he has a good tournament. The Nations League was absolutely poor. The Euros, he was not good enough either. So Mignon, especially at even club level, he hasn't been the best recently. It's a huge World Cup for him. Jules Koundé, starting right back for France. A little bit of competition, I guess, from Gusto. Let's see if he can keep it. Trent's not going to be starting, I think, so... Again, okay, let's read it. One of the most talented right backs ever seen in English football. Alexander-Arnold currently finds himself playing second for the Madrid France and is doubtful whether he will be in the English squad at World Cup. Has to be on this list, though, given his quite ridiculous ability. No, has to be on this list because of PR. Filthy, man. Marquinhos... yeah, I mean, he's going to be the captain for Brazil. I hope the best for Marquinhos. Just don't embarrass yourself, man. I still remember missing the penalty versus Croatia, making the slide tackle, missing the slide tackle for the goal that Croatia scored. Just don't embarrass us, man. Come on, Marquis. Pacho, let's go, Pacho. He's going to be part of my dark horse going into this World Cup, Ecuador. And I'm very excited for what Pacho can do in this upcoming tournament, man, because this is a tournament which can give him a lot of PR. I think him and Caicedo will be seen as the faces of that Ecuadorian national team. Next up is Ryan Gravenberch. Again, cheeky, I guess. Not that much to say. Gvardiol. Croatia isn't that team anymore. So plus, ever since Gvardiol got cooked by Messi, I've never rated him that highly. Jeremy Doku, I think this is a great one. And again, he should be higher up. How is he only 55th place? The season he's having so far, if he can continue that, be more consistent, showing the big games in the knockout stages and towards the end of the Premier League, he will be the face of that Belgian team going into the World Cup. I can't think of any other player ahead of him. So it's going to be a very huge World Cup for Doku with this Belgian team and with a very young Belgian team as well. So he will have to take a leader role as well. Enzo Fernandez playing for one of the favorites, DePaul, even now going into Inter Miami. So Enzo Fernandez will have to do really good at this World Cup if Argentina want to go far. Next up is Ødegaard, Norway, finally making it to World Cup. I think Ødegaard is going to be important for that team, just as Haaland. Gakpo, again, not that much to say. Taremi, striker for Iran. What can he do? He's in Olympiacos now. Scored against Madrid recently. Tonio Rudiger, Germany. Got to bring that leadership with a young, unexperienced, and shit Germany squad. See what Rudiger can do. Even though I think he's cooked. I don't know what he's doing on this list. Ruben Diaz. Yeah, he should be having he should be important leadership role in that Portuguese team as well. McAllister, him and Enzo. Huge pressure and expectation on them for that World Cup. Enzo obviously won the Young Player of the Year. McAllister was really good in that World Cup. They're going to be very crucial with, Messi lacking in ability now. Lautaro, top scorer in the Copa America for Argentina. A bit woeful in the recent World Cup, so he would want to turn a page on that. Florian Wirtz, I mean, with the season he's having so far with Liverpool, he has to absolutely cook at the upcoming World Cup. I think his performances, his GA, all of that is going to improve towards the end of the season with Liverpool. So he's going to come in with some good confidence. And, Musiala should be coming back as well. And they're the two potential heroes for Germany if they want to do something. Bruno. Again, I don't have that much to say. João Neves. This is a great one because when it comes to João Neves with the Portuguese national team, Roberto Martinez kept playing him as a right back, didn't play him in the midfield. It was so weird, but finally it looks like he started clicking, scored a hat-trick in his most recent Portuguese game. Yeah, João Neves is one of the best midfielders in the world, so he's definitely one of the lookouts. Could potentially even win Young Player of the Tournament if Portugal do it really well. Next up is Alphonso Davies. Obviously, leader for the Canada national team, playing as a host nation at this upcoming World Cup. Missed a penalty in the last World Cup, which potentially caused them to get grouped in that World Cup. And I think home advantage, all of that, they will feel a little bit more confidence. And Davies as well, obviously. He's their biggest and best player. They have Jonathan David as well. Let's see what Davies can do. Alisson, Brazil. Yeah, he needs to have a good World Cup with Brazil. William Saliba with France. With Konate being washed now for a minute, for a while, it's going to be Saliba and Upamecano, and yeah, France have always been good defensively, and I expect the same here. Xhaka having a very great season with Sunderland so far this season, a huge leader in that team as well, and that's what I'm expecting with this Switzerland team as well. Pulisic. You see, now we are talking, like, some of these players should be higher up. Like, I don't know, like, Pulisic has been absolutely killing it. I read the stat, I think he has the most goals or non-penalty goals in Serie A in the past 3 seasons or something. This guy's absolutely killing it, and this is his World Cup. 27 years of age in America. I mean, if there's any World Cup, any tournament where an American is supposed to absolutely cook, it's this one. Pulisic is going to get so much PR. I can already see pictures of Donald Trump and Pulisic shaking hands after he scores a brace to get America through the group and so on. It's a huge World Cup for Pulisic to lead this American national team. Sadio Mane, he's washed now, so there isn't that much excitement for him. Same with Son Heung-min. It's more for Kangin Lee, honestly. But Son Heung-min still showing his level in LAFC and MLS. Let's see if he still got it. Frenkie de Jong, one thing that's clear, de Jong performs better with the Netherlands national team than with FC Barcelona. And just like alongside Reinders and Gravenberch, yeah. Nuno Mendes, again, how is he not higher up? I mean, Nuno Mendes is basically Portugal's best player, defensively, offensively, in the midfield, off the ball, with the ball and everything. And he's going to be huge going into this World Cup, because if Portugal go far, if Portugal win the World Cup, Nuno Mendes is going to be absolutely huge. He's already having a Ballon d'Or-ish contender season. Can't wait. Can't wait for Nuno. Jamal Musiala coming back from his injury. As I mentioned, him and Wirtz are going to take this Germany team as long as possible, because they will basically need to carry the German national team. Luka Modric is having a very good season with AC Milan so far this season. But as I said, I don't think Croatia are that good. So yeah. Juan Alvarez, huge tournament coming up. He was really good in the 2022 World Cup. He's been very good since moving to Atletico Madrid. He should be very good for Argentina going into the World Cup. Bastoni, again, if Italy make it, should be a good play. Like, how is Bastoni ahead of João Neves and Nuno Mendes? Like, this ranking doesn't make any sense. Arda Güler, again, if Turkey make it, but obviously if Turkey make it, we saw Güler, he was really important and good for them in that Euros, and he should be even better, more experienced and more confident going into this World Cup. Bruno Fernandes, yeah, it's going to be, you know, one of the leaders in that Portugal national team, and he needs to have a very good tournament for Portugal to do something. Joshua Kimmich, leader in that German national team. He's been there for a very long time. Basically, ever since Kimmich came into the national setup, that's where Germany's downfall began as well. So a little bit sad for him, but let's see what he can do. Valverde, yeah, got to do his best with Uruguay. Now that Cavani and Suarez are gone. Courtois with Belgium. Forgot that he's still playing for Belgium. Obviously, young team, unexperienced, trying to be led by Doku in attack. But Courtois, if he has a huge tournament, Belgium could be tough to beat. Cristiano Ronaldo in 25th spot. Yeah, Cristiano Ronaldo. I am excited because I think his time at Portugal, up, and then like 20 after that Nations League versus Netherlands, basically. So basically from that United, when he joined back United, 22 World Cup, complete horrendous, 24 Euro, bad as well. But he's improved. Nations League, scored versus Germany semi-final. Nations League, scored versus Spain in the final. look great mentality, was tracking back sometimes, going into duels with Yamal. So I'm very excited to watch Ronaldo at his final World Cup. Can he finally do it? Michael Olise with France, yes, definitely excited to watch Olise, Dembouz and Mbappe with that France national team setup. Gabriel with Brazil, he's been good with Arsenal. We haven't seen him really show that ability with the Brazilian national team, so we'll finally get to see that. Ashraf Hakimi with Morocco, Morocco looking like a dark horse going into this World Cup. Hakimi, their captain, their best player, their most important player, he'll be huge for Morocco this World Cup. Caicedo with the Ecuadorian national team alongside Pacho and other Ecuadorian ballers. Expectations on him in this World Cup. Dembele in 20th spot. The Ballon d'Or winner in the 20th spot. Obviously, when it comes to national team, it's unfortunate. Didier Deschamps just treats Dembele as a random player. Doesn't treat him as a special player. Maybe that changes for this upcoming World Cup. But yeah, I'm extremely excited to watch Dembele at this World Cup. Mohamed Salah. Who let the Athletic post this? It's more exciting to see Salah. Nobody's excited to watch Salah. He's going to drop another stinky tournament. Like Declan Rice ahead of Dembouz and Neves and Nuno. All right, yeah. Just end this. But it's going to be interesting what Rice can do. Lewandowski. Again, how is he ahead of these? Poland are okay, and that's if Poland make it. Lewandowski, he's washed. And he's never been good at World Cups. I think he has maybe one goal and it's a penalty or something. Saka, how's Saka 16? Nobody's excited to watch Saka. It will be another mid-tournament from Saka. Huge expectation on pressure from myself to Saka to perform, to lead, to show that ability. Let's see if he can do it. Luis Diaz, Colombia. Yeah, it's going to be a huge World Cup for Luis Diaz with Colombia. Probably his last World Cup as well. See what he can do after a very strong season with Bayern so far. Rafinha. Let's see. Brazil. Can he do what he's been doing recently with FC Barcelona with Hansi Flick or not? Vitinha, Portugal. How are these PSG players not higher, man? Okay, I really... Again, have they stopped following football for like the past 2 years or something? What the fuck is Rodri doing ahead of Vitinha? Again, Vitinha, extremely excited to watch him. Portugal, my favorites. Let's see what Vitinha, Vitor Ferreira can do at this World Cup. So excited. Rodri is washed. He's not going to be starting. Van Dijk, again, washed. I don't really care about him. Donna, again, Italy are not going to make it. And obviously, if Italy make it, Donna is just going to have another huge international tournament, as he always does, carrying this Italian team as much as he can. Kevin De Bruyne, he's been cheeky with Napoli, but... Yeah, I mean, ever since he said that quote in the 2022 World Cup, where something like, we're old now or something, that he's washed and the team is washed, ever since he says that, you just can't rate him, man. You just can't say that. And again, how is De Bruyne ahead of Dembouz and Vitinha and Neves and Nuno? Man, Athletics, so casual. Lionel Messi, I mean, nobody's that excited to watch Messi, man. Let's be honest here. But at least Messi's Messi. At least Messi's Messi. It's not like fucking Rodri or De Bruyne or something. But yeah, let's see how good Messi is. As I've said, he wasn't the best at the Copa America. Wow, they're showing some MLS stats here. Oh, Messi still got it. But yeah, let's see how good Messi still is and how similar it is to the 22 World Cup. Now we have a big one. Vinicius Jr., immense pressure and expectation on him. And I think after the World Cup, he will be making his decision whether to stay at Madrid and extend it with a lower wage or leave, or he has an insane World Cup, which makes Madrid pay him more money. It's a huge World Cup for Vinicius. I think he's definitely one of the lookouts, main man of the Brazil team as well. Jude Bellingham, nobody's excited to watch Jude Bellingham. Nobody's excited, especially shout out to Tuchel. I hope to God that he benches Jude Bellingham at this World Cup, because then he will finally give the world the reality check it needs. Jude Bellingham, a tornado of desire, who has elevated this game to incredible heights. Knowing what Bellingham is going to do on the pitch is one thing. Stopping him is another, because of their unstinting ambition and drive. But will he even get the England next summer? I mean, look at the fugaziness, man. They lie. They straight up look at your face and lie. Nobody's excited to watch Bellingham. But obviously, England, one of the favorites for the World Cup. Bellingham has to have a huge tournament. Pedri. Well, I just noticed there's no Fabian Ruiz in the entire list. The best player. at the Euros. The best Spanish player at the Euros is not in this top 100 list. But Rodri is, what was he, 15th? 12th? Well, I hate football casuals, man. I hate football casuals. Yeah, Pedri, huge World Cup. He's been performing excellent with Barca. Obviously, he wasn't the best at the Euros. Got injured as well. So let's see what Pedri can do coming in with all of this form and everything. But he didn't look the best maybe with Spain in Nations League. So we'll see how he converts that form. We'll have to wait and see. Kane, huge World Cup. It's going to be his final World Cup with England. Can Kane finally do it in big games? Can Kane finally do something apart from scoring penalties and dropping deep and playing as a midfielder? Kane, you got to do it for your nation. Think about Rooney. Think about Shearer. No, don't think about them because they bottled it for England. Think about Bobby Moore. You got to go all the way back to the 50s. Can Kane do it? Can he have a Ballon d'Or season? I mean, if he does well with Bayern and continues and wins the World Cup with England as the main man, that's a Ballon d'Or secured for Kane there. Lamine Yamal, obviously, was one of the best players at the recent Euros and will come in with great confidence. Obviously, depends on what season happens and everything. But let's say Barca maybe don't do the best or something. Towards the end of the season, he will feel even more excited. But Yamal knows the World Cup is a stage for him to prove himself. And, you know, all of the players will want to win a Ballon d'Or. We know it's a World Cup year. Have to do as well as possible in the Champions League, but then the World Cup is the determiner, and I think Yamal knows that. Haaland knows that as well, but unfortunately, he's going to play with Norway. They're going to make a cheeky run. Let's see what Haaland can do. Who knows? Maybe Haaland surprises us. Maybe Haaland scores 10 goals this World Cup tournament, takes Norway to the semi-final. And last but not least, obviously, Kylian Mbappe looking to become the top goal scorer in World Cup history, currently sitting on 12, the same as Pelé, and the record is 16. So all he needs is 4 goals to equal it, and 5 goals to become the top scorer. But Mbappe, definitely huge expectations because let's say this is episode 3 of Mbappe at the World Cup. The first episode we saw him win the World Cup. The second episode we saw him lose it. And the final episode we saw was Mbappe scoring a hat-trick in the World Cup final and losing the World Cup. And now we're going to have chapter 3. Mbappe, America, 2026 World Cup. He's definitely, I think, the ones to watch. So now that we've gone through the list, I go through the main man at the favorites. For me, that's how I look at it. So from Brazil, Vini and Rafinha. I think it's very exciting to look forward to what they're going to do. For Germany, a little bit of Musiala and Wirtz. They're a little bit lower down, but they're going to be cheeky. For Spain, I'm going to put Yamal, obviously. Put Fabian Ruiz, obviously. How he didn't make this 100 list is disgusting. Pedri, obviously. That's it. I can go in a little bit detail other players, but those are like the main players I care about. Portugal, you got Vitinha, you got Nuno Mendes, you got João Neves, you got Cristiano Ronaldo, maybe Rafael Leao. England, Tuchel, and Palmer. That's what I'm looking forward with that England team.
Oh God, I can't do it. I have like
France, Dembouz, Mbappe, Olise, do it. And that finishes off the video. Hopefully you guys have enjoyed this video and this World Cup content that's been coming. If you want to watch more World Cup content, make sure to click on one of these. And as usual, that's been it from boy at PSGINT. And as usual, allez, Paris.